where I want to begin today, I know I'm going to piss you guys off right off the bat here. I just want you guys to see this. Right now, there's a movement within Congress trying to invoke the 25th Amendment to completely remove Trump and to let me just do this. Let me play the clip of Nancy Pelosi. I know you guys aren't going to be able to stomach this for too long, but it's only a minute. Take a watch and look at this.
Yesterday, the President of the United States incited an armed insurrection against America. The gleeful desecration of the U.S. Capitole, which is the temple of our American democracy, and the violence targeting Congress are horrors that will forever stain our nation's history, instigated by the President of the United States. That's why it's such a stain. In calling for this seditious act, the President has committed an unspeakable assault on our nation and our people. I join the Senate Democratic leader in calling on the Vice President to remove this President by immediately invoking the 25th Amendment. If the Vice President and Cabinet do not act, the Congress may be prepared to move forward with impeachment. That is the overwhelming sentiment of my caucus.
I know that was hard for you all to watch. I know, trust me. That's the only clip I have of Nancy today. That's the only clip. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because right now, Congress, this is not just for this presidency. They are trying to, in doing this, they are trying to make sure Trump can never get into office again after this. That is what they're doing right now. Why would they be so worried about that? And now this was a perfect setup, and you guys are all here with me. We all heard Trump in his speech. We were all glued to the screen. We all heard exactly what Trump said, where he said, I'm going to march down to the Capitol with you and we're going to peacefully assemble. He didn't say anything else besides that. Didn't encourage anything. And I know for a fact, and I know if I'm on Twitch or on Periscope, they could shut me down for this. We had people on the ground. I had my brother on the ground. There were many people there telling me exactly what they were seeing. Eyewitnesses saying as soon as that speech was over, the whole entire atmosphere changed, and these people that were dressed weird, had backward hats on, had helmets on. Immediately, there was a group of people, and it started to get, as they got closer to the Capitol, they started to hear words from people like storm the Capitol, storm the Capitol. And the majority of the Trump supporters, and I have eyewitnesses all over the ground, saying that was never their intention. They never wanted to do that. And in fact, most of them stayed outside of the building. Most of them stayed outside. And there's videos out there of people, of these antagonizers going up to the windows and smashing them and literally showing Trump supporters pulling them off and pulling them away and telling them to get out. And people are literally screaming the word Antifa go, letting people know that these people are not of us. These antagonizers, these paid provocateurs, and they were certainly among the ranks of the people here. They were. Trump never said, go inside the Capitol building. People were just going to stand outside and voice their opinion while Congress was going to do their thing. And there was an entire, to me, guys, this entire thing was set up perfectly for Congress, for the media. There were so many things that I saw that just screamed that this entire thing was a setup. This was a color revolution. That's exactly what happened here. These people dressed up as Trump supporters, because you want to know the big giveaway for me, guys, of anything? Out of anything that I saw yesterday, and I'm going to show you all the videos. I was telling everybody, you heard me on this channel, guys, when the rally's over, get back inside before at night, because you know who's going to be out at night. You know who didn't come out at night on probably the biggest rally that was held with the most patriots planned weeks ahead of time? Antifa was almost nowhere to be seen yesterday night. Is that just a coincidence? Because guess what? Every rally that's been held in DC, I've covered it. I covered it live, of families getting followed, old people getting punched in the face. The most terrible things happening to people just supporting the president. The Antifa were out at night. They're hunting people down, hunting Trump supporters down, Proud Boys, whoever it was, looking for fights, whoever it was. Is it a coincidence that these people just didn't show up last night? You want to know where they were? They were among the people, the good people, the law-abiding people. They just didn't stand down because Bowser gave a 6 p.m. curfew, and Antifa just happened to listen out of the one night after we saw them fucking burn down cities across this country. Where were they? Where were they? I would love to know. We know exactly where they were. We know exactly where they were. The media is going to gaslight us and tell us that that didn't happen. It was all Trump supporters, white supremacists. We know this. And for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say, I have to pat myself on the back. I graduated yesterday. I get really angry. And for the first time yesterday, I saw myself not getting angry at what I was seeing. I was almost expecting this to happen. And I got to that point where I wasn't upset. I wasn't angry about it. I was a little bit upset seeing what happened. But I've been desensitized to the psychological warfare that's happening here, and you just get so used to it, and you can see the writing on the wall, and you just see this was all planned out. This was all planned out, and no matter what happened, even if the storming of the building didn't happen, Mike Pence was still going to go turncoat. Kelly Loeffler was still going to go turncoat. These people weren't going to go in there and object. They weren't. Ted Cruz and Hawley and a few others did still. They will be remembered. And the moment when all this shit gets cleaned up and they run, I have my full support behind them. Full support. They still stood up and they did what they said they were going to do. They are not part of the swamp as far as I'm concerned. As of now. As of now.